I'm Liam. I play the drums in the band, and I do a lot of the studio work for us, so a lot of the audio recording and stuff.
Well, I'm Caden. I play bass, and I am the newest member at the moment.
I'm Chad. I play guitar with Sparrow Blue, and we're excited to be on the Sit Down podcast. Thanks for having us, guys.
Are you familiar with Kai the Hatchet Killer or whatever? I was thinking of isolating that soundbite and using it in our podcast where it could be like,
smash
the like button,
smash
the subscribe button.
smash.
Holy shit, that's where you were going with that?
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Sit Down Podcast. This one feels like it's been a while in the making, right? We
Has
saw
it been
you
a
guys,
year? It feels like it's been like
it's
a year.
been a year.
It's gotta be close.
We're like, yeah, we've seen you guys live a couple times, and it always comes up, and then we finally locked in the day. So thank you guys and welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the
us.
podcast. Yeah,
Absolutely.
shit, yeah, man. How the hell you guys been?
So for for the people watching, there is an empty chair next to Liam that should be filled soon by
Yeah.
Des, who is the singer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I told him to
Okay.
come around back. He's not coming.
All right.
He'll
So
come around.
if somebody just randomly pops into the screen, that's Des.
Yeah. Yeah, so how you guys been?
Good, man. Busy.
Yeah?
Tired today, but good.
Oh,
Nice.
speaking of.
Speak of the devil,
There
look
he
at that.
is.
Sorry.
You're good, man. That's freaking awesome how close you guys live to each other.
Yeah.
Did you legit run over? Or did
No,
you drive?
no, I just sped down in the car.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Welcome to the show.
Thank you guys very much for having us.
Freaking rights, man. We were just kicking it off here. Why don't you guys tell us how your summer's been? Like we said,
What?
It's been like a freaking year we've been trying to put this episode
And what have
together.
you been busy with?
We've been busy playing a lot of shows and organizing shows because we do everything ourselves. We don't have an agent or anything, so rehearsing and writing, honestly, it's just nonstop. Like at least 2-3 times a week we're rehearsing or working on something on top of playing out of town. Like I was saying, a little tired today. We just got back yesterday. Did a little BC trip. Was it Revelstoke, Vancouver, Vernon, and then Calgary to finish it off. Got back last night.
Right on.
It's-
Because you guys are from Edmonton, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
from Vernon originally, but just moved to Edmonton a couple of years ago.
I see.
Nice.
So how did you join the band, Caden?
Found them on Facebook. They just had some ads posted up in some groups there. I messaged them. They said, come meet us at our watering hole there. And they thought I was cool, I guess. And said, come play a few songs. And we took it from there, basically.
We just said
Sweet.
that.
Hell yeah. Well, I want to know, you guys, how long have you all been together for? How long has Sparrow Blue been playing music for?
And who started it?
late 2015 we got together for the first time, and we played our first show in February of 2016.
February 6th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't ever meant to really be anything serious. Des and I were our founding members, with our guitarist John, who couldn't make it tonight here. But we just got together to do a show, like kind of a one-off thing. And then we ended up kind of selling it out, the very first one we did. So we got a lot of friends that were there to support it. And we were like, well, let's keep doing this, I guess.
Yeah, I got a few text messages over the following weeks after that. And I wasn't even planning on like hearing back from the guys for a long time, because it was only supposed to be, like Liam said, one show and have a little bit of fun, and that's it. and then kept getting text messages and phone calls from people asking when our next show was. And I was like, well, I didn't know we had a next show. And then we kind of just started booking and setting more gigs up and stuff. And it just kind of just snowballed from there. It was really, like Liam said, meant to be a one show thing. That was it.
Hell yeah, dude. So that first show you guys played, did you guys have, I presume you didn't have original music at that point. It was more
we
just covers.
did. I would
Oh,
say
hell yeah.
75% of the set was originals, because they had some songs kind of in the works, and then I got a call being like, hey, do you want to play drums for this project? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then honestly, we just jammed from November to the February and hashed out a few song ideas. So it was mostly originals.
We wrote a few in the meantime already.
Yeah,
because there was some that were already done and worked on, and then I think we wrote 2 or 3 within the couple months that we were together as a group, and so we added those to the set, and then we had, I don't know, 4 covers, maybe 5 covers in total for the first set.
Yeah,
Right.
hour-long set, I'd say probably 75% of it was originals.
Yeah.
Freaking A, man.
Very good.
Good on you guys for a first show.
Cheers.
Like, I was thinking, oh, well, just slap something together for one show and they got fucking 3/4 of it's all original. Holy crap, man. There's something there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then from there, it kind of just snowballed. Oh, book a show here, book a show there.
Mm-hmm.
Book a
Yeah,
tour.
so I think after that February one, like, we had demand. We had people asking, like, oh, what's your band doing with, like, this and that? So we did another one come the springtime. I want to say around April.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
And then maybe one in the summer and one in the winter that year, and that was it. And we just kind of like, okay, let's keep this up. Like, let's look at recording some music now, and maybe playing out of Edmonton and stuff like that.
Right.
Sorry?
Was it also like from the get-go Sparrow Blue, or did that name come up later?
That was kind of the name that we started with, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I know. I was the last to join.
So what's
the name was there before we started, actually, which is kind of like one of our members had it kind of already figured out.
Right.
So.
Right. Is there like a secret meaning to it, or like there has to be some? I'm not saying there's no significance to it, but like, what is the significance? What's the reason for it being Sparrow Blue?
It sounds cool.
Do you want me to take that one? Yeah. Honestly, you nailed it, man. Like our original guitarist, who's no longer part of the band, he heard it in a Lana Del Rey song, and he heard Sparrow Blue, and he's like, "Oh, that sounds kind of cool." And I mean, I never really batted an eye at it. I thought it sounded rad as well, so just went with that. Yeah, it's there's no real big mathematical significance to it behind any of it. Just like the sound, and it really got some traction among the people who listen to us. We call them sparrows as well, little sparrows as well. Like, they call themselves sparrows. That's kind of what they coined, being followers of the band and everything. We're just like, oh, we're just little birds at your show again, kind of thing. So it worked out. It really caught on. So we like it.
Yeah, it's like Swifties but cooler.
Yeah.
Love it.
Nice.
And Chad, were you one of the originals as well?
No. I wasn't, actually. I joined during the beginning of COVID. And
okay.
It was pretty interesting how things kind of happened. I was with another band called Alleviate, and we kind of went on hiatus when COVID happened, and their guitar player left around the same time. I had known the guys in Sparrow a little bit. We had performed a few times, shared the stage a few times, and hung out with them at the bar here and there. But I just answered an ad that looked very promising, kind of like Caden, and they used a fake name. I didn't even know it was them I was talking to. They didn't know it was me at first, and then eventually I was kind of like giving my credentials or whatever, and they're like, "Is this Chad?" I was like, "Yeah, who am I talking to?" And they're like, "Oh, it's the guys from Sparrow Blue." So I came over, had a few drinks, and played a few songs, and it's been great ever since.
Hell yeah, that's freaking hilarious. How
So
you did that?
what happened to Alleviate?
We've kind of just
That's
been on
done?
hiatus. Our other guitar player had
Ah.
2 kids during COVID, so he's been pretty busy, and we tried to get
He
together.
was cooped up in the house.
He
He,
was
was in the
busy.
house too long. Peppered out 2 kids. Frick. That's hilarious. And correct me if I'm wrong here, but you and Chad know each other from outside of music, correct?
Well, it's
Or
still
is it
music
still
related.
kinda
Music
music
related.
Yeah, Chad is a record collector, so we know each other from the record community, and Chad wrote a few articles for Funky Moose Records.
What?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here. Which articles did you write for Funky Moose Records?
I did one about I got into a listening party for Jack White that was like before the Boarding House Reach album came out, and I did one for that. I did one. I think it was just about like record player accessories and record cleaners and stuff like that. It's been a while. I can't quite recall all that it was about, but
Yeah,
a few things here and there. Yeah.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sounds
Freaking
about right.
rights, man.
Yeah.
And then so I'm gonna just go off on a whim here, but do you do a lot of the writing, like the lyrics for Sparrow Blue? I'm just guessing that you're a writer.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
no,
not
no,
in this group. I think I've brought in one song lyrically so far that we've been performing, and then we got another one that we've started tossing the idea around. We've just had other things we've got to be doing first. So
Yeah.
but
So that's interesting. Why would you think that?
Well, because if he's a writer, I mean, if he's
Oh.
writing articles,
Oh, I
and
see.
then I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, well, he's probably good with words then, if he can do that, and that's all. That's
guess.
all I was going with it.
Yeah.
I mean, he most certainly is good with words, and the newest song that he brought to us, aside from Bootstraps, the one that we're still working on, has gotten a lot of reception. So clearly, he's a very talented writer, but just not necessarily full time.
It's been a crowd favorite.
Yeah, it's always yeah, for sure. And the thing about our songs is majority of the way we write is very just brainstormed. Even if there are like lyrical structures from one main member, essentially, we all just chip in, kind of tweak some words, do this and that. So
Right.
I wouldn't even necessarily say that there's one like full lyrical writer. And I wouldn't say there's really any full one instrument writer. It's always
Right,
crowdsourced between the band through. But I mean, Chad's That Rock and Roll that we've just been playing frequently on stage. That was basically him. That was like almost close to the most 100% of a written song anybody's brought in. And it just sounded so good that we didn't even need to do any tweaking to it. So we did like a few things here and there, like maybe cadence wise or a little bit of tempo wise, but that was really it. But most of the stuff
kind of built the song into a full band piece as well. But I think John kind of wrote a little bridge that he sings. I think that was him that wrote that part.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of hands on deck.
Yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
good. That's good.
That's the best. That's the way it
Yeah.
should be, right? I think anyways, instead of having one person doing all of it.
Yeah,
doing
totally.
it as a group, I think brings you guys closer together.
Do I hear music in the background somewhere?
You shouldn't.
Not on my
That
end.
might be me. Hold on.
Oh,
What are you spinning?
yeah. What's playing?
Probably some sort of metal.
Yeah.
Some
Sounded like a violin, classical music.
Taylor Swift.
I bet you it's the girlfriend on the side on your phone.
It is. Yeah, it's definitely the girlfriend watching TikToks.
Yeah.
nothing interesting. I don't have some Sinatra going on in the background or something. So I like to relax too.
So you guys you said you were just did a little mini tour here. You just got back. Do you like out of the places that you just got back from playing, do you have any good road stories? Any like what was most memorable to you guys on this last tour?
Honestly, like
hell yeah, let's go.
Come on, Des.
This is what I want.
Come on, Des. Out with the stories.
playing in Vernon, like Caden's hometown, his friends and his family like showed the fuck up for the show. Like,
Oh,
we weren't expecting that. Like, it was awesome, and the venue loved it. And,
Yeah, it was a packed
we
house.
played at a brewery. It was kind of a DIY setup, and it ended up being probably my favorite one of the stretch. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very cool. Because we were originally going to play Kelowna like these guys did last time they came through BC, and everything was falling through. And I was like, there's a few venues in Vernon. Maybe we can figure something out. And first couple went through, like, oh my God, we're not going to get this to work out. And then we found this one, Martin Brewed Co., and they don't usually do big bands. They usually just do singer-songwriters. But they were like, yeah, we'd love to have a big act come in. And we just brought our PA, soundboard, lights, all that stuff set up, and I had pretty much my entire family come out, all my friends that I grew up with, and they had the energy, man. They were up front dancing the whole show. It was really something for sure.
Oh,
and
beauty.
as for stories, like I won't say names, but let's just say it was full of a lot of mushrooms and a lot of alcohol.
There's a little bit more in there, but I don't know if we can say that out loud.
We ended up in Vernon at like some rave in a warehouse. We got invited to by the staff, and yeah, we ended up back at the bus at around 5, right when our driver was starting the engine to get us going to Calgary. So,
Oh my God, that's crazy. That's
a good
crazy.
one.
Yeah,
I'd love to share stories, but I don't know how deep I should.
Let's not incriminate anybody.
There's people in fucking trouble here.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of that bus, I know the first time I saw you at the Capitol in Saskatoon, you had the bus parked right out front the Capitol.
Mm.
I have a feeling that bus has seen a few things.
I think I have I don't have my phone on me. I'm pretty sure I got a picture of you guys on the, like when we first met there, and I got to see the inside of your bus, and I got a picture of you guys in there, and I don't have my phone on me, but one of you was like passed the fuck out in that photograph. Was that you?
Yeah,
Probably.
Likely.
Hell yeah.
It's like very likely me, man.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. No, that was the first time that we got to meet. Actually, yeah, you guys came onto my radar through mutual friends, the Hour Hand.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, they always have so many good things to say about you guys. They freaking love you guys so much.
Oh, dude, we love playing with those guys.
Likewise.
Yeah, they're great. Every show we've had, like everything just gels really well. They're fucking awesome.
Hell yeah. So how did you guys connect with the Hour Hand? Like, how did that friendship begin?
It would have either been John or Chad.
I believe it was John. I don't think I had much to do with it. John kind of put them on my radar anyway. And yeah, like one of the few bands that are kind of at our level that we've come across. And I mean, I hope we come across more, but one of the few ones that really just blew us away. And we started, I think that Capitol show was our first show with them. They were super kind and brought us out to Sask. It hadn't been for a while. And then we brought them out. I think they might have brought us out for 2 Sask shows. And then we brought them out to Edmonton, and they came in a storm in the middle of the night, and
yeah,
it was pretty crazy. They've been nothing but kind to us, and they always show us a good time, and they're just a great group of guys.
Yeah.
Speaking of.
There you go.
There you go. Hey man, where's your Sparrow Blue shirt? What the hell?
I know, right? No doubt.
Next time we see you, I'm gonna get a shirt.
No doubt.
Yeah, you know what? I think what happened is, like, when we first were looking to come to Saskatchewan, John just honestly combed online for bands that looked like they'd fit with us, and then we just really liked them.
Got lucky with meeting those guys.
Yeah, they speak very highly of you guys for sure.
Yep.
They freaking love you. As do we. How many times have you seen Sparrow Blue now? Just the once at the Capitol? I saw you guys live twice. Once at the Cap, and then at the Coors Event Show. I think that was 7. Who else was there? 7 Mile Sun, you guys,
and Hour Hand.
And it was the Hour Hand. There you go.
Yeah,
was I there too?
I don't remember.
I saw you at the Capitol for sure.
I think you might have.
Dude, they all start to.
Shows.
They all start to
Maybe
bleed together, man. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I
absolutely.
Yes.
Just-
yeah.
You played the Capitol twice, right?
I believe so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I was there twice,
Mm.
and I didn't see you at the.
One time
Tour
was
Center.
with the Radiant, and one time was with the Hour Hand.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
And 7 Mile
Seen-
Sun as
seen the-
well was in there.
Oh yeah, 7 Mile Sun was in that one as well. And so yeah, they all
Yeah.
kind of just
It's-
fall
yeah.
together.
Hell yeah.
It's like all these great bands. The more you see them, the more you can't remember who they played with.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like they
Yeah.
start bleeding together.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to know a little bit more about the touring life, you guys. I've only we're not musicians. We don't get to experience that, but I do travel a lot to hit up shows. Farthest I've went for a show was I've went to Winnipeg for a Radiant show, and I went to Edmonton for a Radiant show, and I went to Winnipeg for a Northern Royals show, and that's kind of like the farthest I've went as a spectator.
Yeah.
But it's so much different than if you're performing. So I'm very curious how it is for musicians, like the life on the road and how it affects you guys as a group, as well as, are you guys like writing songs while you're on the road and traveling? And how far have you guys been able to go?
And most importantly, who's the driver?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for the bus, my old man, my dad, Bob, he drives. He used to tour with his band in the 80s. He had a school bus back then.
Ah.
So he like kind of brought that idea up with us. And he was like, I want to do this for you guys. Like, he loves it. So it's good that we have a responsible man at the wheel.
We wouldn't get very far if it weren't for Bob. That's for sure.
Yeah, we'd get to Red Deer, and that's about it.
Yeah, and he's really good with the debauchery that goes on. Like, he gets it. He's not a judgmental kind of guy, So
He's done it
He's
himself.
woken me
probably.
up on the fucking roof of the bus a few times, that's for sure. Before he has to pull away, I'll be up there napping, and
yeah.
he'll come up there and get me. So
In all seriousness, he cares about this project probably more than we all do.
yeah, it's crazy.
We all care a lot, but like he's really into it. He's our
Full
seventh
support.
member,
Yeah.
like 100%. We
Right.
can do without it. And the furthest we've gone so far is Vancouver. We haven't done any like grueling tours yet. Like the one at the end of the month here, all the way out to Montreal. It's like 2.5 weeks. I think 13, 14 shows.
Yeah, something like that.
Like we've never actually done anything like that yet.
Oh,
But so it's gonna be a good test for us. These weekend ones going out to Vancouver and stuff, like we manage it, I think, pretty well. I think when we're going on the road for a longer period of time, we're just gonna have to maybe pump the brakes on the partying a little bit.
yeah, yeah,
Easier
to make
said
it,
than done.
yeah, so you don't burn out right out of the gate,
Yeah.
right?
Totally.
So
Um,
this trip to Montreal, do you have like stops in between, and you have a show in every province, kind of thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Yeah, I think Chad could probably
I can pull it.
yeah.
answer that a little bit better than I can.
We hit up, I think, like Liam said, I think it's about 14 shows there and back. So we're stopping again in Saskatoon and Regina, Winnipeg, a bunch of places in Ontario. We got a hometown show to kind of cap it all off on September 16th, which we're looking forward to. And then, I think right now the farthest we have booked is Montreal. There's a possibility a Quebec date might fall into there, but we're still working out the details. So
Hell yeah!
Very cool. And where in Saskatoon are you playing?
In the capital again. Yeah.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
With
Our
Dead Levy.
second home.
Oh, Dead Levy.
Yeah, we're playing
Okay.
that.
Cool.
And that's on our way back. So
Yeah, on the way home.
we'll be
Nice.
tight. We'll be ready to go.
That's like the 14th, I think.
The 15th.
Oh, 15th, yeah. And then
September.
Regina's the 14th. Yeah,
Has that show been announced already
yeah,
or
it's
not
good,
yet?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
okay.
it's like a Dead Levy headliner.
And then they're
I think
coming
single
to
release thing, and then they're coming to Edmonton with us as well.
Yes, to do our September 16th show. So we're going to open for them on the 14th or 15th, and then they're going to open for us on the 16th.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah,
hell
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Right
on this 14 show stretch, how many blocks of 2 nights in a row do you have to perform? Like, are they all spaced out where you get like a day or two in between each of
Not
them? Or
really. We have our first 6 days. We have a show every night.
oh my
Oh
god!
shit!
Yeah.
With the longest drive in between being 12 hours, I think,
Yeah.
from Thunder Bay to St. Marie, or no,
Thunder Bay to
to
North Bay.
North Bay, Thunder Bay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh my
So-
god!
Yeah,
So yeah, the
we
first
No.
days. What's
We
that,
thought-
Bob.
Yeah. But
yeah,
we're gonna have to get him a
we-
good Christmas gift this year.
No doubt.
we thought we were tired after this little weekend stint here. 3 days of shows, and we're like, oh, Calgary, man, oh, rough night. This is.
It
We're
wouldn't
gonna
have
have
been
to-
so bad if we didn't start at 5 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah.
It would have been okay
Yeah.
if we had a few more hours to kind of level out after the fucking night we had. But I mean, we still rocked the shit out of it. So just
Hell
about
yeah.
that
So-
perseverance.
So the first 6 nights where you guys have shows, because you're going to be traveling, is that meaning like you're basically sleeping in that bus from show to
Oh
show?
yeah,
to
yeah.
show?
We sleep in that bus every time.
Yeah.
It's our home.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be packing up first night and then probably hitting the road like from the venue, drive for a few hours, wake up in the morning, keep driving.
Yeah.
And then the Sault Ste. Marie and like North Bay shows and stuff where we have quite a bit of driving. It's probably going to be breakdown, pack up the bus, and just driving to the next venue. Like,
Yeah.
That's all we're going to be doing. And maybe like an hour break for dinner.
Yeah. Where do you
Man, the smell
yeah,
of
I
that
was gonna.
bus.
I'm thinking, where the fuck are you guys gonna shower in there? Like, what do you do for that?
We have a couple places set up to stop.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the UFA as well, right? So I guess maybe not on the East Coast, not
that's
there.
only Alberta.
Yeah,
though.
that's only Alberta. So yeah, well, we're gonna be jumping in lakes and shampooing and shit when we can.
Hell yeah, baby wipes.
Campsites and showers
Oh, yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah. Oh my god, I couldn't imagine doing that.
Yeah, that's
But at
definitely
least
not
the
for me.
cities and beer overrides all the other smells.
Yeah.
At least you can get on there cigarettes and beer anyways, so it's not like you can smell BO or anything. I mean, from us, you know, I can't tell when I get on there. Maybe somebody who hops on the bus is like, holy hell, this smells like pure shit.
I
But,
can't even
I
imagine.
mean, I feel like the ciggies and beer override it anyways.
I'm
That's definitely
sure
what my
Yeah,
mom
we'll probably
thought
know
when
that.
she hopped on.
What's it? What she said?
I
Something.
said that's what my mom thought when she hopped on. She went,
This smells like ciggies and beer.
Oh,
or-
don't look at what's on the tables. Don't. Oh, a couple beds, a couple couches, TV, cool, and then get the hell off of there. Can't
Get
even
out.
breathe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck no.
Heck yeah. So you guys have, and you said at the top of the show that you've been working on some new music here recently,
Mhm.
or lately.
Yeah.
Why don't we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we
Well, yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
we've been. I built a little home studio where we rehearse over the COVID times, and I thought like we were spending so much money on the music we recorded that I could jump into it and figure it out. Like I have kind of a bit of knowledge on that stuff, so we just dove in head first, and
Yeah.
we've been working on this album for like a year. It's just been hard to learn, to record it, and to play shows, and also have like my normal life and work full time as
Nobody
well.
gives a shit about your normal life. Man.
Yeah.
That's not what we're here to talk about, buddy.
Yeah, we're not here to talk about the 9 to 5.
So there's some songs that are gonna come out that have been in the works since like 2021, you know, and it's all stuff that's been a long time coming. And as we're doing it too, we're coming up with new stuff for new parts for these songs, and you know, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like a never-ending cycle. But
Well, we've changed like 3 songs from that first album that we recorded. We've changed like probably 2 or 3 songs, like their structure. So what you hear on the album is nothing. I mean, majority sounds the same on stage, but we've changed
Right.
so many different things on stage because it just keeps it fresh and everything like that.
Yeah.
So it's almost like we're rewriting old songs, not changing a whole lot, but like changing certain structures and everything. So we're always practicing new ways to have fun on stage with old songs. But I mean, Chad, he wrote this new one. I don't know. I think I already said it. It's called Bootstraps. That's very, very new in the works. I've been working on an acoustic song that we're trying to record. We did that a few months ago. I haven't played it live yet. It's hard to fit one singular acoustic song into a set. So
Yeah.
that one would probably just be mostly an album song.
Right.
And
Well, and I
then
get that because seeing you guys live, you got so much going on at stage.
Yeah.
Like for the whole set, to just put a pin in that to just have one person with a guitar or something is
exactly.
I think
completely
the
different.
crowd is gonna go like,
yeah,
what?
what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I know, right? These guys were coming in with so much heat. Cooled it
Yeah.
off real quick.
Yeah.
Also, in a 6-piece band, one person playing a guitar on set, it feels entirely self-serving. So I don't necessarily enjoy that whole thing.
Right.
But we do like to have a little bit of variation in the album style of the music.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe one day it'll be on stage, but as of right now, it's just an album song. So
Yeah, it would be cool, to record it as just an acoustic on the album, but then have a stage kind of version of it where everybody has some
100%.
kind of part to it. Sure, we could make something like that work.
Yeah,
definitely.
Now wait, I'm not great at math, but you said 6-piece band. There are 4 guys here, and John is missing. So,
Russ is also he's working on his farm right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's our percussionist.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
I
Okay,
can
so
still do
here
math. Good.
here's a question for each one of you individually. I'm curious to know because I've seen you guys live now twice. What your favorite songs to perform live are, like individually, if you had to choose.
that's a big question.
Yeah.
I like it.
Now, should these answers be songs that are released, or does that matter?
It don't matter.
No, it
Whatever,
doesn't
just from a live performance on stage.
That is a tough one. I don't know, man. I guess for me, it's between a song that we have out right now called Real Thick, just because the drum groove is just really fun to play. But then I want to say an unreleased one that'll be coming out this year called Hold Me Down, because it's got such an awesome outro that I really like, that it just has such high energy. So between those two for me.
So you're just drumming until the outro, and then you get happy.
The main part of the song is really driving and it's cool, but just something about the outro, man, it just hits, and like everyone on stage just gets going so hard. So I love it.
Yeah, I was gonna agree with that. I was gonna say Hold Me Down as well, and also Two Coins. That one's also not out yet, I guess. So throwing that one out there. But I listen to a lot of heavier music outside of doing this. So those are like the 2 heaviest songs I think we've released, or at least started playing so far. So we get into those, I'm throwing myself head banging to the floor, like get to use the B string on the 5 string. It's just like it gets you going, man. There's some good sections in those songs that are just like, oh, here we go. We're really moving now.
Tend to be our last 2 songs of the shows too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The big crescendo.
Yeah.
And you,
What
Chad?
about you,
How about-
Chaddilac?
Sorry, what was that?
I was just saying, what about you?
Yeah, I would probably say Hold Me Down. It's a guitar workout for me. It's a lot of work for me in like a really great way, and keeps me on my toes, and it really brings me back with the moment, no matter how I'm feeling. I love rocking out with the guys to that one too. It's so high octane. Delta Red's a close contender because it's pretty high octane as well, and depending on the crowd, I usually jump on in and have some fun. So
Heck yeah.
I would have to say, just from an aspect of wanting to just be getting better, I find the hardest songs and the most humbling songs to be my favorite. So Winter's at My Place, because there's a section where I have to be very vocally precise, because it's the only thing you can hear mid-song is the vocals. So if I fuck that up, it's it sounds
Yeah.
like hell.
Right.
So having that pressure in the middle of that song to always be like on point, it keeps me very focused in the music, and it's a lot of fun to play. And then our newest one, which I hated for the longest time because it was so hard to sing, is our newest one called Highway Girl that we've played about 4 or 5 times live now. That's probably the most difficult song vocally that I've had to sing for the group so far. And again, it's another humbling experience where I have to find a way to make this sound good while I'm also learning how to move on stage, because if I want to keep that energy up, it's hard to sing that song without like gassing myself out. So it's another
Right.
learning curve, and it keeps me again more precise, and I get to learn constantly playing that song. So
Hell yeah.
Cool. So now we have a problem. The camera that we're using is my phone, and it died.
Your phone died.
That
Yeah.
explains it.
And I charged it. And I charged it before.
So we still have audio here right now, but
We
no
have
video.
We have audio. It's no video. Just give me a second. I'll try to figure something out.
Okay, so we were talking about songs that you guys like performing on stage and everything. My next question was actually going to be asking you guys for permission for us to be able to play some of your music in this episode, if
Of
you guys
course.
are okay with that.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, it's all
Hell
on
yeah.
Spotify. So
Okay, hell yeah. So throughout the course of this episode, we'll be sprinkling in maybe 2 or 3 of your songs, if that's okay, you
Do,
guys.
do you have
Cool.
music videos on
Yeah.
YouTube?
Yep.
we do. Yeah.
We
Are
actually
you?
released a music video for our newest single. I think it came out last week or the week before.
It was last Friday.
Last Friday, called
Oh.
"Don't Tell Me Nothing." And
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, we got to work with a guy out of Edmonton here, who we just kind of happened to meet. I met going to see a coworker's show. He was doing some photo and video, and his name is Ty Lindberg. He works with Nosebleed Productions, I think is what it is. And yeah, he was an awesome guy to work with, and kind of just got to do a little video that kind of just shows what it's like on the road. It was all filmed in Edmonton, but it felt like a show night, and
It definitely
our usual
encapsulates
mischief.
us.
Hell yeah. Can we play that? Can we put that video
Yeah,
in
of
here? Can
course.
we feature
That'd
it
be
in
great.
here?
That'd be like that's our newest one, so that'd be awesome if you guys want to do that for real.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Very
And
good.
that was,
Consider
that-
that done.
Caden's debut music video. He's
Yeah.
never been in a music video before,
Yeah.
so that's the very first one he ever recorded.
Well, pretty much
Oh.
everything about this is my debut anything, but
Yeah.
yes, it is debut music video. Little
Well,
picnic beside the road thing.
So tell us your thoughts and feelings of that experience, that being your first music video. How was it for you?
It was pretty cool, man. It was I mean, it was a pretty there wasn't like a storyline or anything we went for. It was kind of just have fun throughout the night, and he'll kind of record what we're doing and make something out of it. But everyone was super inviting. I mean, even the old bassist Jack, like he was in there having a good time with me. It could have been weird, but it wasn't, And
Right.
we just drank and had a good time, and it was very cool. It was my first kind of like party with the guys, I guess you could say. Before that, I was stressed and trying to learn songs and try not to look like a weirdo or whatever.
Well, and I mean, it's being from another province, not knowing a whole lot of people, and then just diving right into this project with people who have been doing it for years already. Like that's very awesome that you were able to just like hop right in and like really crush it with us and just feel at home. I'm glad you feel at home and like felt at home during that music video. We really just threw you into it. Like you were with us for like 2 weeks when we fucking filmed that music video. You're still just like even getting to know us and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was pretty rad that we were able to just, throw you in there fucking to the wolves.
Yeah.
No, it definitely helped us like being more comfortable with everybody. Before that, it was just like, show up to rehearsal and kind of fumble through these songs. And that was more of just hanging out and getting to know everybody. So that was actually a big help in that.
Nice.
Yeah. Must be intimidating. How long have you been in Alberta?
Oh, I moved to Edmonton about 2 years ago now.
Okay.
And I've been with these guys since May? So it's not even 6 months. April, May-ish.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
So
Oh,
so it's not really been that long, man.
Yeah, his first show ever was at the Coors Event Center there.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Stage,
Yeah. It was,
Hell yeah. So they had to drive you like 8 hours away for your first show.
Yeah. And then we made him walk back home.
Yeah.
Until you get better, you can go on the bus. Until then, you're walking, buddy.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, we don't want this guy in Edmonton because what if he sucks?
Yeah. Let's try him out in Saskatchewan first.
Yeah.
I guess he turned out all right, so he took him back.
I didn't even think of it like that.
Oh, we did.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, they did though. They knew all along.
Hell yeah. Freaking rights.
So have you been in other projects before this, or is this kind of your first thing?
My first everything, man. Like I think I maybe jammed with a couple buddies back in Vernon like once or twice, and I was
Okay.
playing drums at that point, so I wasn't even playing bass. And other than that, I've had zero experience with any of this. I started playing bass like 3 years ago, I think. So I'm not even that like far into learning the damn instrument.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I don't know,
Holy moly.
I just wanted to be playing live music, man. I just wanted to be part of something. And this
Yeah.
ended up
Yeah.
working out. These guys have been great to me so far, anyways.
Freaking
And,
rights, man. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
dude.
been
I
good.
respect that so
Kudos.
much. It's
they've
like this is
been-
what I want to do, and you just went out and did it.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
that's
And these guys have been very forgiving, very helpful with me learning all this stuff. I mean, I didn't even know how to like play music just by listening by ear. I hadn't even done that yet. And they're like, "Here, learn these 3 songs." And I was like, "Oh my god, what if they this, that? What if they think I'm a loser, man?" Like, but they've been nothing but great, so I can't complain.
hell yeah. Right
To your
on.
face.
That, I like that.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, it's good. Sometimes, like on the road and in rehearsal too, sometimes I forget like that he's new to this, and I'm just kind of like, just like we kind of have been doing it together, and sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's like he's still learning the ropes, so I like maybe slow down on some things and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's this
There hasn't
random
been
lizard
any
guy on the
issues.
bus. I don't know who the hell it is.
But I mean, and the funny thing is, during our interview with him, so we had basically 2 interviews, like an audition or 2, and at I think it was the very first interview we had with you, Caden. Was that when I said, "Do you think you can hang?" Pretty much, I was like, "Are you okay with partying? Like, what's your stance? Like, you're not, gonna be like not able to compete, or it's not anything
Yeah.
like that, but like, how do you feel about 6 idiots drinking, and like, doing drugs
like-
and smoking and shit, and then you got to get up at 7 in the morning to hit the road and stuff like that? And I mean, goddamn, he's been able to compete, no problem.
That's that young blood, man. It's,
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he is the youngest one out of all of us too. So
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, we'll teach
Yeah,
him a
but-
lesson or 2, though.
I'm gonna
Oh,
And
yeah.
then by the time you guys all get old, and he's like, "Yeah, old guys, this is how you do it."
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna finally gear
Yeah.
up, show us
Yeah.
his nuts.
Yeah, yeah.
do you guys have like a little inside nickname for him yet?
Yeah, lizard boy,
Lizard boy.
Lizard boy. Where did that come from?
Long Island lizard.
Long Island lizard. Yeah,
That's fucking hilarious.
And
Hey,
you know what's funny? I think only him and Chad have nicknames. Other than that, it's just we just call each other our names.
yeah.
What's
Chad
What's
has like
Chad's?
4 nicknames, and Caden has a couple, and then we just call each other real because we respect them.
Yeah. I'm still in the hazing period, I guess.
it's never gonna end, buddy. It's never gonna end.
Yeah.
That's
No, once it hits, it sticks.
So,
Sure.
so what's Chad's nickname?
Chaddilac.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when he's getting fired up, I always say, "Oh shit, the Chadilac's pulling out of the garage. It's revving up its engine.
Nice.
It's fucking hitting first gear hot."
Yeah.
And he doesn't even have like Chadwick isn't his first name, but Chadwick is just like a funny name to call him. But then also when he's geared up, I like to call him Mr. Wick because he's got all guns blazing.
Beauty. That's
And then
poetry
Liam was
right
just
there,
hammered
man.
one night.
I didn't even know that was why.
That's why I call you Mr. Wick. Anyways, could be different for other folks in the
Yeah, there's a
band.
lot of things I call you that you probably don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I'm sure I have a lot of nicknames in the band, but I've never heard one of them.
Yeah. It's
Dirty
all the
Dez is-
all the whispers in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fucking awesome. Let's I want to I want to know a little bit more about the recording process too, because you were saying how you just kind of dove into it through COVID and just like, learning it, threw yourself into it to figure it all out. What so far in the recording process do you find has been the most difficult thing to learn?
Mixing. So these tracks originally, so what kind of happened is our last bassist, his name's Jack. He's like my longest friend. he left the band to just get his time back. He had other hobbies and interests, so no bad blood there at all. And he had gone to an audio school in Edmonton, and he was very into it. So I had learned a lot from him just over the years of just randomly making music together, even before he was in our band with us. And so I was like, hey, I want to do this. Like, what do you think? And he was like, yeah, let's do this. He'll teach you what I know. And well, I learn a lot off of YouTube and stuff. Like, I find the actual tracking process to be my strong suit, like mic placements and stuff like that. That's what I really like doing. The mixing is really hard because I find like you can be pretty satisfied with something and then you start going a little too far, you know, like in like EQing or effects or whatever it may be. And then all of a sudden you're so far away from where you were, or you come back to it the next day and you're like, shit, I thought this was really good. Now I don't fucking think it's that good. Or you export it and listen to it in a car and you're like, shit, this isn't translating. It's a constant battle. And I want to get better at it, but it's like, I feel like to master mixing, that's gotta be your thing. Like to do it all just seems like you don't have the time for it. So I've decided I'm just going to do the recording and the editing and send it out to get mixed by a professional instead of spending so much time and frustrating the hell out of myself. But maybe down the road, I'll pick it up more again.
Well, I would say the most expensive thing about being in a studio is the hours you spend in a studio recording. So if you're able to record all of the stuff on your own and then send it out to mix and master for like a relatively comfortable amount of money, that's a little bit better than spending how much hours in the studio recording. So if we get all this done, I mean, you're a great producer.
Yeah.
Like you got all the mics set up and you got the flow of the song, everything's set up great. So the heavy lifting of the recording process, I would say Liam has locked down masterfully, but then the little tweaking here and there that comes with the mixing and mastering and stuff to really tie everything together, it's so time consuming. Right? Like I've seen you spend hours and hours working on songs, and then by the time you're done, you're just like, I've heard this song 850 times today. Like so, and then you kind of lose your clarity of the song. So to send it out to somebody who can really just slam it out in like a weekend or something, that's definitely helpful.
And I know what you mean, because there are a couple of our episodes that I tried to make better audio wise, and you start applying filters and the compressor turned on, and then you start turning knobs, and then it's like, oh, this sounds good, and then you keep going and going, and it's like, oh, this sounds better, and then when the YouTube video goes up, it's like, shit.
Then you think it's good, and then you upload it and you look back at it and it's like, oh, for fuck's sakes. You know, when you get overtired or something, and there's been or
you missed something.
There's been a few times when you sync it up, and then for whatever reason, I've noticed this a couple times where, like, I don't know, 20-30 minutes into it, all of a sudden it's not fucking synced anymore. You sync it up at the top, and then it bleeds over or something, and then it's off by like 2 seconds, and then trying to figure that out. Oh, just a bunch of bullshit.
What the fuck did I do, and when did I do this?
Yeah. You never know how far back the track.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a perfect example. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but our song Delta Red was the first one that we completely recorded and mixed. And like, I am happy with the way it turned out. I think it actually sounds pretty great. But every time I listen to it, I'm like, oh, I know that I could have done something different, or I could have done something better. So sending it out just gets rid of that feeling. Even though I think it sounds pretty good, but just you kind of overanalyze your own work, you know?
100%.
Yeah. Oh,
that's why definitely. I don't listen to our songs half the time. Like after, like, once we get it through post and everything, the mixing and mastering, we hear it, we're happy with it. As soon as I put it on in my car, I'm just like, oh man, I said this word real weird. You know, it's like I'm always just like, oh man, I should have said it this way, or just like something like
Yeah.
a different vibe that you're feeling that day. You're like, oh, why did I say it this way? Or
Yeah.
maybe I could have done it, and that's why it's pretty cool that we're going back to some of our songs and just changing things up to have fun with them, right? Because there's every time you hear some of your own work, you're going to be like, oh, I could have done that differently. I could have done that.
Right.
As your tastes evolve or change, right?
For sure.
But that's also a good thing, because I think if you're sitting on a song and it's finished and you listen to it over and over and you're like, yeah, this is good, then you're kind of becoming complacent, and it's like,
Mm.
like, well, there's always something you can do better.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I mean, there has to be a point where you just need to accept it.
You need to be satisfied with the
yeah,
song.
set the status of
That's
yeah.
the
Yeah,
beauty
you
of
can't
But
do
then-
the Dr. Dre detox thing where he announces an album 20 years and never releases it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. So if you're like kind of reworking these older songs for the stage and changing them just a little bit, have you guys ever contemplated or talked about re-recording them, like with the changes and then re-releasing them?
I think that could be a conversation if, like, we were approached by a label that wanted to do something serious with us, and they said,
Right.
hey, you have these songs out. Other than that, doing it independently, I don't think it would be worth our time. I'm
Right.
kind of,
Mhm.
I like the school of thought that this is what a record sounds like, but live, like, we're a different beast, because it's
Yeah.
hard to capture that energy.
I think if we were to have them released in any manner, it would be, a live album or a live recording, and
Mhm.
that will also help give in that natural energy that we normally bring that's so hard to capture in the studio.
Right. No, that makes perfect sense.
And
Hell
we're
yeah.
also of the mind too, like we are big fans of writing. Like we're not like we don't necessarily like sitting on 10, 12 songs for the same set every single time. We like to rotate all of our songs. So we got 20 plus songs. So it's hard to always sit down, make a set and be like, okay, let's play these ones. Well, we just played those last time. So we're always trying to like add new material and
Yeah.
new things to the set, because we like to keep moving forward, right? Like our style in general, I think, is just like the wheels are on the ground and always rolling and rocking. So like, why not do that with our music? So always keep adding new material and new
That actually
stuff.
makes sense too, because the 2 times that I've seen you guys live, I found it very different.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
Like
So that actually brings me to a question: like, when you go on the road, is your set always the same for that whole tour? Like this tour that you're going to be doing, is your set list going to be the same all the way to Montreal, or?
I don't
No.
think so, no. We will have sometimes a few songs that are put together that work together a little better than others. We do have, I guess, goals in making the set list to try and create something that flows proper. Sometimes we hit that, sometimes we miss, but it definitely it's definitely something I think even for ourselves that just mixing it up keeps it fresh and fun.
Yeah. And the last thing we want is to become like complacent, like you've mentioned before, in our set, because that's where you start messing up. Like I hate
Yep.
having the muscle memory of the same set, because next thing I know, I could be singing, thinking about the next song that's coming because I know what next song is coming.
Right.
Whereas if I look down at a set list, I'm like, oh, that one's new, got to change gears, right?
Yep.
So then you
Yep.
focus more. It's just the muscle memory. I mean, maybe vocally, I don't know if it's the same instrumentally, but vocally, that that stagnation is just it's easy for me to mess up, and I would
Yeah.
rather not do that. I'd rather keep things changing and rolling and not be.
That makes sense.
It definitely is the same instrumentally, because when I was learning your guys' whole set, I was just playing. I had like the album set on the playlist and then like the EPs and stuff. So I was playing all the songs in the exact same order all the time, and then we do them, popcorn. We do random songs at times, just like I was thinking of what song came before and after it in the album, and I was messing myself up having it in a specific order all the time. So it is nice to switch it up every once in a while and have those songs down no matter what is coming before or after it. It definitely helps to switch it up.
That makes perfect sense. Going back to vocals, do you do any type of like vocal warm-ups before shows at all, or do you just jump right in?
Yeah, I smoke darts and drink beer.
That's your warm up.
That's my vocal warm up.
Hell yeah. Have you ever had a night where because of that being your warm up, where like you just blew your voice out, and then the next night was like, oh fuck, like it's gonna be a rough one tonight because I blew my voice last night, or anything like have you had any issues going on stage with it?
I've had maybe one night because I got sick, and that was really it. I don't think the cigs and beer really do fuck my voice up a whole lot. Like if I'm like doing 5 shows in a row, I get tired, but it doesn't.
Right.
And I can feel a little bit of strain. But as long as I'm warming up properly, like into the songs, like I joke, I do warm up a little bit sometimes if I know that I'm having trouble with my voice that day.
Yeah.
I will do some vocal warm-ups and some stretches and stuff like that. But as far as it goes naturally, no, I haven't had a whole lot of trouble. Like when we played last night, I was a little tired for sure because we came straight from like the 5 a.m. night to a show, and I was just tired, right? So it took like 2 or 3 songs to really feel it. But other than that, like, no, not really. I mean, I should probably be taking more care of my voice and myself, but
it's the same with your ears.
Yeah.
Like, I wear earplugs to shows because I only have one pair of ears, and if I fuck up my ears, I can't listen to music anymore.
Yeah.
What's that?
Fucking A. Yeah, Mark's always telling me to put earplugs in, and I'm just a stubborn old man. I refuse to do that.
Well,
I want my head ringing at the end of a show.
Not just for that too. Not just because it's loud. You're always stationed right by the speakers.
Yeah.
Or
I'm already going deaf. Like for sure. My wife and my kid will be talking to me at home, and like I don't even hear them, man.
That's like, because you're zoned out. It has nothing to do with your hearing.
I just tune my family out. Like if they want to talk to me, they got to sing it to me if they want me to listen. But yeah, no, that's all good stuff, you guys. Fucking A, I'm excited for you guys to come back to Saskatoon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What date was that again, Saskatoon?
The September 15th, I think you said, right?
14th in Regina, the 15th in Saskatoon, 16th in Edmonton, all with Dead Levy.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll probably...
I'll have to see my calendar, but probably we'll be there.
Right? I'm going to say I'm like 95% sure I'll be there, you guys.
Right on.
I never make a promise. I would never make a promise without looking at my calendar.
Yeah.
No, it's smart.
Right.
Yeah, but I need that T-shirt, so I guess I have to come.
I guess you do.
That's right.
Yep.
I'll drag him. I'll drag him with me if I have to.
We don't know how to mail things, so yeah, you're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I think no, it was great to finally get you guys on the episode. We've talked about this a bunch of times, so I'm happy we got it on here. And yeah, I want you guys to know that the door to this podcast is always open for you guys if you got something to promote or want to talk about. Actually, I'm going to invite you guys back on at some point right now, because when those the new songs you're working on are being released, I'd love to have you guys on and hear your thoughts and feelings about how that's performing and all of that kind of stuff.
Yep.
You guys are welcome here anytime, man.
I'm sure we'll have lots to talk about after this Canada-wide tour. I'm sure we'll have lots.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have.
Exactly right. Yeah. Bring me some good stories of the road.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you'll just have to have me because all the other guys they have girlfriends, so I don't know. If I just talk about the shit that I did. I don't have girlfriends, so I'm just gonna like. Let it all out.
Des, you need to stop talking.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you to those of you who are listening or watching this at home. Hope you enjoyed this episode with Sparrow Blue. And like I said, you guys, the door is always open. Just please.
Thank you guys very much for having us.
Yes. Thanks.
Welcome to the herd.
Yeah. Welcome to the herd, you guys.